Good morning, my dear students. Welcome back in our science online class. Today we are going to learn the next classification of materials. So classification of materials on the basis of transparency, translucency and opaqueness. Actually students, the materials are classified on the basis of transparency. Means some materials through which we can see clearly. Some materials are there through which we can see but not clearly. Such materials are called translucent. Some materials are there through which we cannot see. We cannot see anything through which. Such materials are called opaque. So on the basis of transparency, the materials are classified into three groups: transparent materials, translucent materials and opaque. So what is meant by transparent materials? So definition you can prepare students. Definition is very simple. Those materials through which we can see clearly. Such materials are called transparent materials. One more time I will repeat the definition. You can see here, those materials through which we can see clearly, such materials are called transparent materials. Okay students. Now examples. So what are the examples are there through which we can see? Through which we can see. Okay. उसमें से अगर हमें दिखता है तो उसे हम ट्रांसपेरेंट मटेरियल्स कहते हैं. फॉर एग्जाम्पल ग्लास, ओके, वाटर, टेस्ट ट्यूब, एयर, अल्कोहल, प्लास्टिक, ऑयल. नाउ सी स्टूडेंट्स, now if I will stand in front of you, right now I am not in front of you, but if I stand in front of you, so you can see me clearly, even I can see you clearly. Yes students, but there is a gap between us, and in this gap air is filled. Yes, air is there or not? Even though I can see you and you can see to me, it means that air is transparent. हम एक दूसरे को देख सकते हैं, एयर है फिर भी हम एक दूसरे को देख सकते हैं, इसलिए हम एयर को कहते हैं ट्रांसपेरेंट. एयर इज ट्रांसपेरेंट. समटाइम वाटर, if the water is clean, even though we can see what things are present at the bottom of the water. Yes or no? So that is called due to the transparent. Okay. Now some materials like glass, test tube, you know students, especially in science lab we use the test tube beakers, and these test tube beakers are transparent. और ये क्यों होते हैं ट्रांसपेरेंट? क्योंकि हमें पता चले कि उसके अंदर हमने कौन सा सॉल्यूशन लिया है, उसका कलर क्या है. ओके, इसलिए वो ट्रांसपेरेंट रहते हैं. इफ यू गो टू द शॉपकीपर शॉप, that shopkeeper keeps the things like chocolates, biscuit, especially in glass, okay, or especially the containers which are made up of transparent materials, and that transparent material is glass. Okay, and that's why the small children can able to see the things which are present inside the container or that bottle. If you go to the sweet shop, there also you can see whatever the sweets are there arranged. Okay, so that sweets are arranged very nicely in shelf, and that shelf's cover is made up of glass, and that's why you can able to see the cakes, pastries, whatever the things he made. Okay, we can able to see from outside. So this is the use of transparent materials. Our spectacles, yes or no, spectacles. So that spectacles glasses also made up of glass which are transparent. That's why you can able to see the things through which. Okay, so this is about the transparent. Now next is translucent materials. Now what is the definition of translucent materials, students? So definition: those materials through which we can see but not clearly. See here, this is the difference. Translucent materials means those materials through which we can see but not clearly, देख सकते हैं मगर उतना clearly नहीं दिखता है हमें जैसे transparent में दिखता है. Okay, so such materials are called translucent materials. For example, oil paper. Take one notebook paper and put some oil on the paper and spread it and try to observe. So through the oily paper you can see the shadow, but you cannot see the clearly that image of an object. So such examples are called translucent. Okay, so these are the translucent objects. So what are the examples of translucent materials? Butter paper, tissue paper, okay, oiled paper. These are the some some polythene bags are there through which we can see but not clearly. So that polythene bags also included in translucent objects, okay, or materials. Now next and last student, opaque. Now opaque means what? For example, this wall, can you see students this wall or this board, this whiteboard, can you see? Now behind this whiteboard something is there, behind this whiteboard something is there, but that we cannot see. Why? Because this whiteboard is an opaque object. Okay, so through this object I cannot see anything, that's why this object is opaque. Yes, understood? It means that those objects through which we cannot see anything, such objects are called opaque object. For example, wooden sheet. Take a wooden sheet, okay, and hold in front of your eye. Hold in front of your eyes. Can you able to see through that wooden board? Who is standing in front of that wooden board? No, we cannot see. Through this wall, can I see who is sitting next to this wall? No, because that wall is made up of brick and brick is an opaque object. Understood, students? So this is the difference. So how to make definition? Those objects through which we cannot see clearly. We cannot see clearly, we cannot see anything. Such objects are called opaque object. Okay. Now see students, this is the duster and this duster is made up of this wooden sheet. Yes or no? So if I hold in front of my eyes, can I see anything? No, obviously I cannot see anything, because this wooden sheet is an example of opaque object. So this is about the opaque. Okay, now what are the examples of opaque? So examples are cardboard, wooden sheet, aluminum paper. Yes or no? So these are the examples of opaque object. Even you can add some more examples in this. Okay students, sometimes the question may come, difference between the transparent object, translucent object. So you can write down these 2 points. First point, definition. Second point, example. Sometimes they may ask the difference between translucent material and opaque, so you can add this. Okay, so here also this is your first point, definition, second point your example. Okay students, so I hope you understood today's part, classification of materials on the basis of their transparency. Okay students, so today we will stop here. Okay, remaining part of this lesson will continue in our next video.